Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the real-world highway fuel economy test of the 2022 Honda Civic Touring. We're going to head out on the highway and do 50 miles out and 50 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour to get you a realistic highway fuel economy number for this brand new Civic. Before we get started, let's run around and do a quick look at this car and take a look at this beautiful paint that it's coming with. Perfect sunlight for it. You can kind of see the gold flake within this light off blue silvery color. Morning mist is what they call it. Either way, all new Civic here. Lots of good stuff going on. If you want to see more on it, we've got a review and a test of its 12-speaker Bose audio system, so check the links in the description for those. So why do we do this test? Well, the EPA's highway fuel economy test, which gives this Civic 38 miles per gallon, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. We know there are people who take their vehicles on lots of long highway road trips and would like to know what sort of numbers they can realistically expect in the real world. So in order to do that, we're going to head over to the gas station here, fill up, head out and do 100 miles on the highway, come back to the same pump, fill up using the same 3-click fueling method, and get a result. I don't know why this lady's why she's stopping there without a stop sign, but okay. A few things to note for today. Outside temperature is 83 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's toasty. We are going to be running the climate control at 73 degrees auto. Now, yes, this will use the air conditioner, but people use climate control in the real world when they're traveling, so we think that's a more realistic figure. The other thing to note is the tire pressures have been set to their door placard 33 front and 32 psi rear at cold. Kind of an interesting setup there for tires. All right, let's hop out and fill it up. No fuel door button on the Civic. You can just press it. It locks that way. I appreciate that. Also, capless fuel filter. Appreciate that. And we appreciate that doesn't require premium fuel. 2.099 gallons going in for the initial fill. Before we actually start the engine, thank you, Honda. Going to turn the car into on mode, reset our GPS, and reset the car stropometer. Do that here. Cool new reconfigurable digital gauge cluster. We're going to turn the climate control up to 73 auto, and we're ready to begin. There are 3 different drive modes in the new Civic: Sport, Normal, and Eco. We are shifted into Eco mode. We're going to drive nice and easy over to the highway. It's about half a mile away. Pick up the test from there. Another thing to note, we are not using any of the vehicle's electricity. We are powering all of our devices off of a battery pack. Now, the goal of this test isn't to hypermile, but rather to get a realistic highway fuel economy number. So to do that, we're going to get up to highway speeds here at a reasonable pace and set our cruise control to a GPS-indicated 72 miles per hour. A little 1.5-liter pulling us nice and strong up to speed. Other thing that's exciting is this Civic features a vastly improved active lane keeping feature compared to previous Hondas. I'll show you once we get up to speed here. Set the cruise. It's adaptive, so we got 4 different following distances. Looks like we're going to set at, how about 72 on the dash? What's that going to give us? 72 on the dash is giving us 72 to 71 on the GPS. So it looks like we're going to have to dance around there. Start at 73 and go down. So now I'm going to press this button right here for active lane keep. And watch this. We get some green lines on the dash. And look. This thing will entirely steer me around a corner. No more of that ping-ponging back and forth like previous Hondas. This is a genuine lane-keeping system. Obviously, if you don't touch the wheel for about 12 seconds, you get the steering required light. And then if you don't touch it for a while longer, you get a beeping sound. Very standard. But you see the other vehicles in front of you on the dash, and you see your own car. It's a pretty slick system. A little more road noise than I would like. Hear a lot of that whirring sound from the tires, but other than that, it seems fairly calm in here. So we're going to continue on with the rest of the test and catch up with you at the end. In the meantime, enjoy this time lapse of the entire trip.
It's not out again. It's a redskin.
Coming into the end of the highway fuel economy test here in the 2022 Honda Civic, we're getting 43.4 on the dash, so quite a bit better than EPA. Definitely not quite as good as the last Hyundai Elantra Limited that we tested, however, which had 47 on the dash, came out to 45 at the pump. Highway observations, overall pretty darn good. Am disappointed in the road noise from these tires. We measured 74 decibels on our very rudimentary phone decibel reader. Would have liked to see a little better on that. Other than that, Bose audio system is great. If you want to see more on that, check the link in the description. We've got a dedicated review. We also did a little mini review of the adaptive cruise control and active lane keeping system, which is vastly improved over previous Hondas. Seat comfort leaves a little to be desired. The seat's a little soft and it's resulting in a little bit of booty soreness for me. So that could be improved compared to other vehicles, but really not awful. Overall, a good highway cruiser. I'm going to take it nice and easy back to the pump, fill up at the same pump, and get a result. 43.7 is our final readout on the dash. Let's fill it up. 2.577 gallons going in. 105.4 divided by 2.577 is giving us 40.9 miles per gallon, rounding up to 41. So a few miles per gallon lower than the trip readout, but a few miles per gallon higher than the EPA. Now we do have a 12.4 gallon fuel tank here in the 2022 Civic, so 12.4 times 41 miles per gallon is giving you an effective highway cruising range of 500 miles in the new Civic. So not quite as competitive as some of the competition, but still a very good number for cruising in this nicely redesigned 22 Civic. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more on the brand new Civic, check the links in the description. We've got that Bose test. We've got a full review. We'll have a little car core argument as well. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.